Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is day 84 of trying to reach the rating of 2000 ELO online, and I'm back to 1876. So this is my first time coming back to 1876, which is really nice because I was rated 1798, something like this. Is he gonna play the King's Indian, or is he gonna play e6, d5, or the Nimzo? It's still not, but I do believe he's gonna play the King's Indian. And one tip for you when you're playing chess, make sure that you only play one opening. Like for me with the white pieces, d4, c4, knight c3, always with the white pieces. I don't care what he plays. Here, knight c3. You want to take, I play like e4, or sometimes I'll play e3 trying to win the pawn back. There is no way to defend it because we can simply take it. Here we take. If he takes with the pawn, we simply develop our bishop. And if he takes with the knight, we play e4, he takes, we take, we put the bishop here. Okay, he takes with the pawn. Now we develop our bishop, and we can play like rook to c1, we can play e3. Don't rush with this move, like knight to b5, threatening to play this fork, simply because there is a check and you're gonna lose the knight because it's not protected. Now we don't have this move anymore, so we just play e3, rook to c1. Okay, here he's trying to do something. I do believe he's just developing his pieces, and he might try to play this move as well. I'm just gonna play rook to c1 because I did play this move, and now he plays like queen to b3, queen to b6. We move like queen to c2, or we can go queen to d2 as well. Doesn't make a difference because when the queen here is trying to attack this pawn, since we just get out of the pawn chain. Okay, this move is just trying to go with the pin. I don't believe that I want to allow that, so I don't want to allow the knight or the bishop in. The only move that's possible for him is queen to b6, trying to attack my pawn. Okay, he just wants the bishop trade. I'm not gonna go back and let him take me and I take. Most of the time it's a good move because you're having an open rook, but this pawn is protected well by a rook and a knight, so it's not a good thing for you. Just take the bishop. He takes back. We develop our knight, we develop the bishop to d3, since there is no bishop to g4 trying to pin the knight to the queen. And whenever he pushes that pawn, making an indication he's going to play this, we can simply play h3 and that's it. Okay, he's playing this. Sure. Now what to do here? It is the main question. I can try to castle and play for rook to e1, try to push e4. There is no way for him to mate me even with the move knight to g4. There's a knight here, so I'm protecting myself. And we can always play the move h3. Okay, this move is trying to attack on this side. I'm not going to play b4 because there's going to be some stuff here. How to try to win this? Maybe if the queen was there, we could have sacrificed because we might win a piece somehow. So just moving the knight back, trying to put a knight here or a knight here. The reason for that, I just want to open up for my rook. And also this move is coming, so maybe I can go here, try to go here. So knight to a2. But always this move is gonna take you and win the pawn. So, but this move, yeah, I don't want to play it. I'm playing the move b4. It's really not that cute. So what about knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes? He moves the knight. Open. I'm not sure I want to do this. This we can take, and knight takes. He's attacking my bishop, and I gotta go back. And now the knight is very annoying. The knight is very annoying. So should I play this? He's gonna play this. Play here, take, and he's gonna win the pawn, so it's not a good thing. Wait, if this and he plays this, I can take, attacking his queen, and then we can deal with the attack. Should I play this? You know, no reason not to, because my king is very safe here, and I can always try to open up some files for the rooks. He wants to chat, accepts. sleepy face, okay? It's like I wasted a lot of time. Like I didn't waste that much time, so. Okay, here. He can never play this because he will lose this pawn. Now what should I do? I believe just queen to e2. Just trying to move away. Connecting the rooks. And why knight here? Because we might get attacked with the knight. And this we're, getting in like this. So just queen to e2 seems very nice. In case he made it in pawn play, this is 100% losing the pawn. So here, I'm gonna play queen to e2. But there's still no captures, like no kind of sacrifices, because the knight can move. Okay, trying to add some pressure, maybe moving the knight. So putting the knight here also does not work. Putting the knight here to support this pawn push, that might seem like a good move, like this. And this pawn is defended by this knight, so I like it. And this move, we're actually defending the rook. And this, trying to go here, we can always try to go reroute the knight into a really beautiful spot on c5. So knight to b1, knight to d2, knight to b3, and knight to c5 for it to actually get captured. But we would have a defended pass pawn. But an isolated pawn here, which is, maybe there was a way to reach there faster, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. This. You can always play this move trying to remove it, but when he takes, I can even take with the rook and double up the rooks here, put the queen here, and try to control the open c file. And actually, this is the first higher rated player that I play against, maybe this 2 weeks or 3 weeks, because I always set the rating range between -25 and +25, because I've seen in my insights on chess.com that when I play people my own rating, like 1800s, I win and lose, win and lose. When I play against 1700s, lower rated, I win every single time. And when I play against 1900s and 2000, I lose every single time. So I was like, okay, I'm not ready for it yet, so let's just keep the rating range between my rating, like -25, +25. But for some reason, I got matched with 1900. Like 25, maybe, yeah, 25. It's still in that range. But somehow we're gonna win 9 points if we win this game. So my idea is very simple. Maybe trying to go knight d2, but knight d2, trying to play this move, trying to go for the fork at least. When he goes there, we go takes, knight takes, bishop takes. Yeah, but I don't like to open up the position. I really want to go here and put a knight there. And whenever he tries to attack me, I can have a protected pass pawn, or simply put a rook there and try to double up with the other rook. I think that they're here where the fun going to be, on the open file, C file. So maybe I gotta fight for this. And yeah, he's making it himself. That's a good move. So e5, obviously trying to go for e4. If we take, obviously there's knight takes. We go knight takes, queen takes. We go knight here. He takes me, knight take like this. He drops in with the queen, trying to attack a pawn. That could be weird. And if I play the move e4, I simply lose a pawn. No, he can never take with the pawn because he's going to get forked. So I can play the move e4. If he takes with the knight, I simply take it. When he takes, he gets forked. So we can play the move e4. But after the move e4, what will happen? He can capture this, he can capture this, he can capture this, and he cannot do anything of this. So too many options. This takes, bishop takes, knight takes, queen takes, and there's simply a lot of stuff. No, this is not a good move. Pawn takes, knight takes. We can go here with the knight. So pawn takes, knight takes, and knight to d4, knight takes d3, queen takes d3, bishop to e4, queen to e2, rook takes, and this is still defended. Should I go for that? Knight takes, knight here. Knight takes, knight to d4. He can just play like rook to e8 trying to win the knight, and I have to move my queen. Oh, this is a little bit tricky. And if I didn't do anything, I'm going to get forked. Unless I move the bishop to a... But it's not really a good, a good diagonal for the bishop. And if he takes, we can always take with the knight. Knight takes, pawn takes, and we're going to get attacked with the rooks. So I believe we're not supposed to allow this. And we always try to go here, trying to close the position. Takes, knight here, knight takes, queen takes, bishop here, queen back. Or wait a second. Pawn takes, knight takes. Wait, how the hell did I see there's a bishop to e4? And there's pawn is here. That's a little bit sus, So takes. Of course he will take, and you're not supposed to take because he would have control of the open file. You let him take you, so now, yeah. I was thinking about bishop to f5, but it doesn't make any sense because he can just take. Putting the knight here, he will never try to make a pawn break, and this bishop is bad unless he went back here. That's what I hate. And I can go queen here, he will take and I will take. I can never get attacked right away, but, knight here seems fine. I'm just gonna go with it. Knight to d4. Good square for the knight. This is protected. This is protected. Yes, you have a square for the knight, but you can always try to play this. Like, this is a good move. Knight to f5, attacking the queen. And there's also a potential fork. But of course he will not miss that. He's not an idiot. But the queen cannot get in because of these knights. I believe his knight is very strong, so he's not supposed to take my bishop. But what about if I played bishop to f5? If he did not take me, I played bishop to f5. You exchange for some reason, and I can draw back with the bishop to defend my king. And maybe we can use it on this side. And if he takes, I take. I believe that the bishop is going to be annoying in the long term against him. So maybe he needs to take. Most of the time it lags, but today is not lagging. Wow. And this is the first time I'm recording at night, even though it's 9 p.m. in my country. He takes. Okay, nothing is there. We just take. 9 p.m., so I'm feeling a little bit sleepy. So this pawn is isolated. We can always play a rook to c5, but he will take, queen takes. Maybe not right away. We can never play rook to c2. He will just take me. That's a good square for the knight. Not gonna lie. So maybe there's potential rook to d1 trying to maybe, but it doesn't work because the knight is in the way. Or we take, and there's a chance to play this, but there is rook takes rook, and now the rook is pinned. So maybe we exchange rooks, then we go rook to d1. And the thing that I hate about knight to d2, he's gonna take me. I want to go here, here, here. Takes, and I would have a, not a bastard right away, but at least my knight could be alive. But I believe in this position he will take my knight. Even though his knight is really, really strong, so it's going to be a little bit weird if he takes, because you're removing a very, very strong attacker. And this move will weaken my king a lot, so, you know, what is this? And if always takes, we can take back. And I also had the chance to play knight here, without actually having to exchange this knight. That's something that I missed. So knight here, but this knight is better because this knight is holding this one, and we're creating a blockade against this pawn. So I want to go knight to b3. Knight to c5 doesn't work right now, but we can try to prepare it. We can go here as well, attacking them here, but it doesn't serve anything. This, we need to... Okay, so maybe knight to b3, attack the knight would move, then we would hop in with the knight. And then we would play rook to c2, rook to c1, controlling the hell out of this open c-file, and see how it goes. And if I won against this guy, it would be my first time beating a higher rated. Maybe I drawn a 1900, but I never won. And I won against a 2300, but it was a blitz game, which is crazy. I really want to play knight to b3, then kick out the knight by playing f3, then hopping the knight to c5, then playing rook to c2, rook to c1, and then we would move the knight. And then we're going to see a lot of exchanges, but I guess the one who controls the open c-file wins the game, because this is the only thing in the position that it is exploitable. And if he takes knight take, thank you so much. I still have my idea, and you can never remove my knight from here. But we need to put the queen there on d4 to create a blockade against this pawn, so that the bishop would always be bad. And as well, my knight is not to go. My idea not to go here to take his bishop. That would be very bad. His bishop is really bad. Even if he managed to put it there, the bishop is still bad. And even if he played this, takes, the queen would take, he would lose this pawn. Or takes, then we take here. But I'm not sure what will he play. Maybe he's gonna play like move like f5, trying, if I take the knight, he would take with this pawn, trying to open up for the rook. But obviously when he plays this move, you're not supposed to take it, and then I can just maneuver the knight, then kick away the knight with using a pawn, and then hop in with the knight here. And then we have control of the e4 push, but it's very risky. And he can always exchange rooks, like rook takes, and he plays rook to c8, which is really annoying. Rook takes, bishop takes, and I played knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes. He will be losing a pawn this way. So maybe not now he can take the rook. It's crazy how I am focused right now. I never played chess at night, because like back in the day, like before, like 5-6 months ago, I was playing on my phone every single day chess, and I was only playing at night, like 5-6 hours. And I don't perform very well, because you know you're about to sleep, but you're like, no, I'm gonna gain like 10 points before I go to sleep, and then you lose 100 points. Come on, man, you're taking too much time. It's not a critical position. There's no exchanges, nothing on the line. Just make a move, just any move. A move that would be a very, very annoying rook to c7. because then I have to make something, because he's gonna try to double up, and the one who controls the open c file controls the game. So what about rook to c7, rook takes, queen takes, then we play knight to b3, trying to put the knight there, or maybe we kick out the knight first, then we put the knight here. Yeah. He can always try to do it, like by moving the queen away, putting the knight on d6 and putting the knight on c4, he would have a chance, because when I take, he can take with the pawn. Now he would have a protected passed pawn. So maybe I gotta do something here. Knight takes, pawn takes. We can now move the knight, we will lose the queen. So knight takes, pawn takes. We move the queen first, maybe we move the queen to d2, protecting the rook. Then we try to put knight to b3 and knight to c4. But there's always going to be some pushes, and I don't like it. Bro is taking his entire time to play this move. Come on. Like, any move is okay. But please don't play rook to c7, because I'm not sure what I'm going to play against it. And I always get like terrified, but when I see a queen and a knight aiming at the king, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna lose, but there's nothing. Because this bishop is blocked by his own pawn, which is a really great thing. This move won't serve anything, because the queen can just move, attack my knight, and protect the fork. So knight takes, pawn takes. We're gonna move the knight, we're gonna lose the queen. Move the queen to d2, trying to hop in with the knight like this. No, I can never go here, because still we're gonna lose, or he's gonna exchange the knights, the queens. Bro, send me this emoji. Maybe he fell asleep. I'm not sure. Like, you have a lot of stuff to play, man. Like, just make a move. This I don't really like, because of this, then this, then this. Too much attacking possibilities you're giving me. And him taking, then pushing. No, he cannot push. Like this. Then we can move the knight, try to put it on c5. It's also not really a good option for him to take, or play f5. If I were him, just rook to c7. Rook to 7 trying to double up, or rook takes, but rook takes, and then rook here, we can just take, and as we said, we're gonna win a pawn. Bro, come on, don't make me win on time. I really freaking hate time management. I rather lose and not win on time. So there's knight takes, but I don't really prefer it. There's this. What can he play other than that? Or rook to c7. Like, what else? You have this a5 push, sacrificing a pawn. I would take. You would at least try to activate the bishop, at least, to a good square. So this might be a good pawn sacrifice. But I would obviously, when you take me, I take back with the pawn. Or when you play this, I just play this, attacking your queen. But then we're gonna get pinned. And when I take, he takes my queen. And I take his rook. He takes my rook, I take with the king. He plays this, and I go, too much. Maybe we're not gonna live for that moment, and we're gonna win on time. Bro, are you kidding me right now? Bro, wake up. Did you really fell asleep while playing chess? That's you can never ever fall asleep while playing chess. It just doesn't make any sense. Your brain is very, very, very active and you're really focused. So I don't believe you can fall asleep playing chess. Is it possible? I don't know the science, but I don't believe it's possible to fall asleep while playing chess. You can fall asleep watching TV, watching Netflix, whatever. But falling asleep playing a chess game, that's really not possible, I guess. Looks like we're gonna win on time. Bro literally wasted my entire time, but in return we're gonna gain 9 points, and we're also gonna review the game to try to see what we did right, what we did wrong, and that's actually our plan of maneuvering the knight here would be nice so that he is forced to take my knight. And is the best move to play rook to c7, or it's okay to play this, or takes? We're gonna check together. And if he played at this moment, I will literally be so freaking mad. Of course he will not play. He literally like fell asleep. That's impossible. Yeah, my first time winning against a higher rated, I'm gonna win on time. That's really boring, man. Really boring. I believe I have an advantage for me because my position is really nice. But we're gonna check the game review together and we're gonna see. That was so boring. Why did you lose on time? I was so excited for the game. And he also lost rating, so he's never 1900 again. Okay. We're gonna check. Playing d4, knight f6, c4. Playing this right away. We play this. Takes, bishop out. Playing this. Everything is... Yeah, here we are supposed to get out with the bishop. Not to close it in, but I guess it's fine. What? Going back, it's fine? But I don't like it. You know, again, double pawns. You're not looking at anything that is useful here. Okay. Castling. He played this. That was the best move. Really good. Maneuvering the knight was actually... Oh! Taking the knight with the... If I played that, I would not be Gotham Chess. I would be an alien. What? It could be captured 3 times. Bishop takes knight? Yo. I'm gonna think before seeing the engine. Takes. He would take with something. Okay. If he takes with the queen, we do have knight takes or pawn takes. What? Okay, now it stopped working. Very nice. Why did it stop working? It literally stopped working. In this position, rook to takes c6 is the best. What? Why? Where is the engine lines? It's not showing me the engine line. So queen takes c6, and there is d takes e5, knight to e4. Okay, then knight to d4. Huh? Knight to d4 attacking the queen. Then queen to b6. I'm sorry, why would I give a rook for a knight and it could be captured 3 times? What? It is like every single thing like rook takes, that's a fork. Obviously that's a fork, so that's a good thing. And if bishop takes, that's also a fork, he's gonna lose a piece. So that's a good move. So he can never take with these. But if queen takes this, so it's saying like queen takes rook, And it's very important to take the pawn attacking his knight, or otherwise we're not doing a good job. Then the move that the agent supports is knight to e4. I don't see why not. It's a good move. Then the engine wants knight to d4. So the engine wants me to give my opponent, being up a pawn, being up 1 point. What? It's completely equal, but without a rook. That's so crazy. Yeah, that's very, very crazy. I'm not sure why the engine says that. Like, what the hell? Okay, so we take like this. That is very normal. Okay. I was supposed to play knight to d2, but who cares? Takes here, we take back. Huh? We're supposed to go knight to g4, threatening checkmate. Okay, so what happens if knight to g4? What am I supposed to do other than g3? Maybe f4? g3 is the best thing, but they have g6. Okay, the engine is going crazy. He takes my bishop, which is, all of these are normal moves. He plays this, knight to d2, and then he lost on time. I'm threatening to win a pawn. How am I threatening to win a pawn? I don't even see there is a pawn hanging in this position. What? So knight takes d2, queen takes d2, and rook to c4. Oh la la, rook to c4, and knight to b3, trying to put the knight there. There's bishop to a8. Wow, yeah, him playing bishop to a8 is... There's also rook fe8, trying to go here for some reason, trying to defend the knight. That's a good reason. Or queen to e5. Okay, all of these seems very engine-like moves, like really engine-like moves. Wow, perfect game, but we did not play. I'm really sad that we did not play, but we're back to 1885, and that was a good game. Not a good game, good half game. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.